Hello, this is Lance Cleveland. I'm going to go over some of the updates that have been put into Store Locator Plus 4.9.2. So one of the first ones is the delete locations, where we're getting a server communication error that's been cleaned up. Another issue we've run into is if you did large imports, the list of messages could get very long. So we now truncate to the last 250 messages only, so you'll only see 250 line items here at the most, last 250 lines out of your import if you've been doing large imports. That's important because it can break PHP. You would see that manifest by going to the Locations tab. PHP would run out of memory and just stop drawing anything else on the page, including all the JavaScript that runs things like this dropdown or bulk delete locations. That's also a potential issue, by the way. If you set your locations per page to 999, you're showing every single field. Some of you have a lot more location fields than this, and you're listing them on the page. It could actually run out of memory in those cases as well. We're doing things to refine that, and we have addressed some of it in 4.9.1. There's a lot of work to rewrite this to output everything in real time versus building this big long string and displaying this location table at once. So that's coming in some of the later releases of Store Locator Plus, so that some of our clients with large lists of locations and tons of fields are going to have a lot less issues with this not rendering. Again, manifests the same way where this drop down just stops working. It's because PHP is running out of memory. It can't handle large lists of locations like that. So we do things to try to reduce that footprint, and that's coming. Some of it's in this release and the next release. Another issue, the WordPress 4.8.3, we have to add code now to check if you're running WordPress 4.8.2 and earlier or 4.8.3 and later, and run our database queries one way on the older versions, a different way on the newer versions. This affects all the plugins and themes running on WordPress, not just ours. So what would happen is in some cases you do a search up here in this admin box and it would not return results. That can also manifest on the front end when you're doing search with tags enabled, for example, in Store Locator Plus with the Power add-on. It would not return proper results. So we now have code to address which version of WordPress you're using and which version of the database queries you're using, whether they're WordPress mangled or not mangled. They do some hashing and weird techie stuff for security reasons, and now we have to write two different versions of code. So we've addressed that and fixed that here, as well as the tag search for on the Power add-on. And the last thing is we addressed changes to WordPress where they changed the way some of their base default styles on all their themes work. And in a lot of themes now, it was squishing together things like email and directions and some of the address info. We've actually tweaked some of the output so it adds its own padding, which you can of course override with your own theme CSS. So those are the changes that are in Store Locator Plus 4.9.2. As always, thanks for supporting Store Locator Plus, and thank you for watching.